Hi everyone, I'm Michael Iakovou from KI Legal. We are at the historic 40 Wall Street, joined here with Felicia Kalan, running on the Republican and Independent ticket for District 22,
That's
which
right.
is where I'm originally from. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So again, I'm a candidate for City Council District 22. I have two kids, 6 and 5, so that's a huge part of who I am. I'm a mother, and I really decided to run for City Council because I saw City Hall that was very out of touch with everyday people and everyday families like ours. A little bit about my personal background. I am a former legislative aide. I'm a co-founder of a national nonprofit called Unchained. So we actually told the story of human trafficking through fashion shows across the nation and domestic violence as well. And then I went on to become the VP of a company called Cohatch. So it's actually a co-working space. I did the role mostly remote here in New York City, but it's headquartered in the Midwest. And what they do is they create co-working and social enterprise incubator spaces to help revitalize local economies by investing in local startups. So supporting local entrepreneurship, rebuilding the city by investing in local entrepreneurs. That's a huge part of why I'm running for office.
So, a lot of nuanced experience there.
That's right.
That's important because we as people build on that experience. Our roadmap brings us to where we are today. And with that being said, one of the things I hear from so many of our clients, and by way of review, we represent somewhat over 200 independent business owners in and around New York City. It's just City Hall is so out of touch, and the politicians aren't advocating for us, even though we elected them. And
That's right.
what do you think of when you hear things like that?
Yeah, I mean, out of touch is just the perfect phrase because that's, again, why I'm running for office. And I think a lot of elected officials, they've never had a business before. A lot of them aren't parents. There's so many issues that we vote on at City Council in regards to the budget and all these city agencies that have oversight, but yet we're electing people who have no clue what decisions they're making and how they're impacting people on the ground. And so that's why I decided to run a campaign that was really centered on people.
Common sense politics,
and common
right?
sense.
Something that should be common sense, but it's not.
Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
And your slogan here, I have it written down right here, people before politics. Why? What does that mean to you?
It's about putting people first. I think in a very divisive time in our city and in our country, really, it's about bringing politics back to our neighborhoods and fighting for real representation. We've had a $92 billion budget. It was just cut to 88, and now the proposed budget for the next cycle is $98 billion. That's a lot of money.
Where's that money coming from?
Exactly. Where's the money coming from, and where's the money going?
Exactly.
Are the two questions. A lot of it comes from property taxes, and of course our sales tax, and all the taxes we pay to help our city function.
And look, I think most people don't have an issue with taxes,
Right.
But they want transparency.
They
want to know
transparency.
where the money's going, how is it being
Exactly.
put to good use, and is it being used efficiently?
Right.
Right.
Right. And when you go out and you see trash all over your street, you see a
Potholes.
your infrastructure crumbling, you have to ask the question, where is the money going? And I think a lot of people are asking that, and especially as the world shut down with the COVID-19 pandemic, people were more aware of what was happening.
Because they actually had a second to stop and
Exactly.
look at what was going in front
Well,
of
they
them.
were forced to,
Exactly,
especially,
yeah.
and to see that, who we elect at a local level truly matters.
And I would venture to say that who we elect at a local level matters more than at a federal and national level, because
true.
those are the people that are going to have decision-making power that are going to impact you the most on a day in, day out basis. So with
Right.
that being said, how will the public be involved in your decision-making process? How will
Yeah.
you listen to them?
Yeah, I think it's something that I've tried to do really starting on the ground during my campaign. So I actually started off with a survey. We went around, we knocked on doors. I'm a ground girl. We talked to a lot of
guerrilla
people.
marketing.
Yeah, some guerrilla marketing, and asked, what do you care about? What are some of the top issues? Public safety was number one, of course. rebuilding our local economy, our small businesses, affordability, a lot of those conversations, which you could kind of see through citywide polling, and it was similar in our district as well. So how I would lead is, obviously you want to lead and represent the true needs of the community. You have to ask what the community wants. And I've heard a lot about sanitation issues, and that's something we've been on the ground actually working really hard to get the trash off the streets. We have cleanup crews go out, but in regards to when I'm elected to city council, there's this thing called discretionary funding. So the community can actually be involved in where some of the funding goes. So you have, your budget that you're voting on that's going to various city agencies, and then you have, a pot of money that comes back to the districts, and people get to vote on where that money's going. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that even exists.
I didn't even know that existed.
Right? So getting the word out there, this is how you participate. And also, I'm going to have service Saturdays with Felicia. So we're going to be out on the ground, working in the community, getting people involved and stewarding our community well, and just having an open conversation and dialogue.
I love the energy, and I love just the new approach. I think the old ways of doing, if the last year and a half has taught us anything, the old ways of doing things are gone. We need to re-look at our processes, our procedures, and how we function as a society, right?